I'm Chantal Roberts, and I'm an expert witness for claims handling standards, practices, and procedures. I've been an adjuster for 20 plus years. The Art of Adjusting is a vlog to help professionals and laypeople alike understand a bit more about the insurance claims industry. For the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about Winter Wonderland and the claims that homeowners can have as a result of winter and ice. So I've handled a couple of ice dam claims, and I want to show you a little bit about how these happen, how they can be avoided, and what the adjuster needs to look at when he or she is at the insured's location to see where the damage is coming from. I'm going to try to share my screen real quick. And as you can see here, this is a nice little picture from the weather service, and thank you. I'm totally using this without permission, so I'm trying to give them credit where credit is due. This is a good example of what a ice dam, how it's created, is done. So an ice dam is caused by having improper insulation and venting. So what will happen is the heat in the living space down here will of course go up because heat rises into the attic. Because you have inadequate insulation, the snow up here on top of the roof is actually starting to melt. But over here, where there is no insulation and there is no heat, because this is the soffit and this is the outside, this part doesn't melt. And it stays as ice and snow. Then what happens is you've got your snow melting, it gets water trapped here, it backs up underneath the shingles and seeps through. And this is where you will get your water damage. Now, as an adjuster, what you need to do is get into the attic space, and it'll be hard for you to find this area, but you've got to get right here into this little square or this little triangle to find out what's going on. You'll also need to clear off the snow and see if there are any missing shingles, because what you're looking for is an opening created by a covered peril. And if there's not one, usually there's not going to be any kind of coverage. So these are things that you're going to be looking for. As a homeowner, you would need to add more insulation so that you don't have this instance where you've got heating up here and it warms this area. And also, when you get a big, deep snow like this, you're going to need to clean that off. Finally, when you do have some interior water damage, make sure that we have good photographs of every ceiling in the roof, in the attic, and in the actual rooms of every single room, because water does tend to migrate. So when you're out there, make sure that you're getting some good photographs of every ceiling. Also, what will help in cleaning off the roof is taking down the icicles and the snowbanks. There have been about 15 people per year that are actually killed, not only injured, but just killed by falling icicles. So this is a large peril that the insured could be faced with. Slip and falls, of course, are a number one peril in the winter. So the homeowner needs to clear a walking path to the door and salt or sand the walking path to the front door, especially if he knows that there's going to be some packages or a DoorDash delivery. You need to make sure that the path is well lit. If something does happen where the claimant has slipped and fallen or has been injured by a falling icicle, then the adjuster needs to get out to the scene immediately, because if the temperature is raised, then the entire scene can actually be destroyed. If it's not possible to get out to the scene immediately, then The adjuster needs to give very specific instructions to the insured to take some photographs so that we know exactly what we're looking at. This week, I've discussed claims which could occur due to winter wonderlands. I'll follow this theme up for the next few weeks as we discussed burst pipes and fire claims. Every claim is different and every insurer has its own protocols for handling losses. However, this being in the litigated world that we're in, please see below for some legalese. Few claims go to a jury trial, and picking an expert who has been deposed the most or who has gone to trial the most, in most cases, may not be the correct expert. Failing to have a second set of eyes on a claim in order to save some expenses isn't always the best way to resolve a loss. As an expert witness and former claims adjuster, I'm sharing my experience on the art of adjusting. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.